bringing crafting to you, and today I have a carousel card. I've really been inspired by this set in the catalogue. I really love it and wished I could afford to have bought the bungle, but I can't. So I'm looking at it, and I saw something by Brenda Quintana, and she's made a carousel card out of the bendy card. So I thought, oh, what a great idea. So I've resized it because I want it to be 5 by 7 card size. So we're going to start off. I've got some seaside spray, and it's 7 inches by 5 inches, and I've scored it down at 3.5. So I'm just going to fold that in half and get my bone folder and just go around all the edges to smooth them down, and then we'll start with our sticking. Okay, so on this side I've got 2 pieces. This was the free DSP that we had, and this measures 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. So I've got 4 pieces in total, 2 for the inside that obviously match, and then I've done 2 for the back side that also match. Now, of course, the cardstock is current, the DSP is not, but you can use any DSP that will work. So I'm going to just glue these down now. I just thought that this would be nice for the back of the carousel. So just going to make sure that I've got equal increment all the way around. Yep. And then the same on the other side. So I've just been on a lovely bike ride. It's about 15.5 miles we've just done. Just recently got an electric bike. I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. It's an assisted electric bike, and you can have the electric on or not. So I've actually managed for the first time today an hour's riding without having the electric on. I'm going to leave the back for now. I think I'll put that on at the end, just in case I get any ink or anything on the back side and it will ruin the DSP. Right, I have got 2 pieces that measure 1 inch by 8 inches, and I've scored 1/2 inch on either side, and I'm just going to burnish these, but I'm not going to stick this down yet. I'm also going to get my bone folder and just curl that a bit to start with. And I want to show you what I've done for the top part. So I've left it part done to save time, but just wanted to show you how I did it. Right, this is the die from the Shark Frenzies, but any sort of edge die that you've got. My piece of paper to start with, my DSP, started off at 1 3/4. So it started off at 1 3/4 width, and it's a 12 by 12 sheet. So that was 1 3/4 by 12. And what I did is I ran the die through like that in my die machine as far as there. Then I moved the die along to cut it to there. So that's what I've done with that bit. And then I wanted some kind of pattern, so I've actually used the on, did I put it underneath there? I've got so many stamp sets that yes, on the ocean. So I've used this because it cuts out. So I just place that in there on my waves, just ran that through my die cut machine, and so I've got this lovely pattern going off there. Right, now I want that to show some nice colour behind it. So I've got a piece of gold foil, and this at the moment measures 1 inch wide by 6.5 at the moment. I'm going to put this at the back, so I'm going to turn it over and glue all around these bits here. So I'm just going to glue all around these bits. So I want it to stick down, so just going all the way around it. I'm not going high up, if you notice, because I might be chopping some off. So I'm just going to glue this, and this is why I've left it all like this. So I'm going to just do that there. So I'm going to put the gold foil on the top now and make sure that it is covering all of that. So I'm going to bring it down, and that really is just sitting completely on top where the scallop goes. That's fitting there, and I'm just going to press that down. Now I'm going to leave that to dry a little minute. Bring this back in. So we've done that one. There should be another piece. Here we go. So you needed 2 of those pieces, and just before I bend this bottom one, so we're just leaving that to dry a minute, I'll just burnish the sides. So this again was the same as the other one. It was 8 inches long by 1 inch, and scored at 1/2 inch on either side. And then I bought a DSP piece that measures 7/8 wide by 6 7/8. So I'm going to put this. So I thought, yeah, quite often at fairs you have rainbowy sorts of colours. So I just got this DSP. So I thought I'll put this on. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got equal increment all the way round. And get that piece out, don't want that piece. So just make sure that that's equal increment all the way round. Okay, and then I'm just going to round this one again. So it's just rounding. Right. I'm going to bring in a carved base, and just on the back here, I'm going to glue these down, and then make sure that that is level with the bottom and the side. Just going to hold it there, keep it level, and then just put your glue on your other side. And then glue that down at the other side. So that should go flat because it will fit in a 5x7 envelope. So going that flat, making sure. But when it stands up, it's going to have that carousel look to it. Okay. So just bear with that. And what I've done is I've cut out from Sail Home, is it called? Yeah, Sailing Home had this die in it, and it's a rope, but I thought that that is great, cut out in gold, for my carousel being put on there, going up and down. And I've done 3, but with the gold it wasn't strong enough, so I cut it out. I'd got some narrow pieces in my scraps of my softseed foam, so I just cut it out twice, and I've just backed and glued those, so I've got 3 of those. And then I've cut out my zany zebras, and I've done 3 of the zany zebras. So I chose mint macaron, Highland heather, and orchid oasis. I never used this orchid oasis, so I think really they ought to go that way and they ought to go that way. Now I want to put on the roof first, so now I'm happy that that's had a few minutes to dry. I'm going to do exactly the same with rounding this just a little, but I want to put this on, but I want them to be even, so I'm going to put this on top for the moment and just see if it's about even. So I'm gonna think, oh, there's managed to miss a bit there at getting the glue on, so I'll just turn that back and put dots of glue on and get that in place there. Okay, so I'll try that again. So I'm just seeing where I want this. Oh, I found a bit more now. I was trying to avoid that. I thought I'd got all these bits, but I was concentrating on the outside. I might not have done all the inside bits. Right, so try again. I'm going to get a pencil and roughly mark this in the middle. So I'm going to sort of do a line there, and it's near enough on there, so I've just done a line. So I'm going to put this in my trimmer, put it where that line was, and I'm going to cut that now up there. Let's move that out of the way now, and then I can see that that was, I'll have to do it at this side, just a tiny weeny bit off there, so I'm gonna go there, and oops, helps if I hold it in place. Just let me pop that in again. Oh, you see, so I'm getting that mark, and there, cut that off. I just might have to go over that with my scissors, I will, because it was such a tiny bit and I couldn't hold that properly, so I can just go over with my scissors now. Okay, so I'm going to bring that back in now. This is, if I leave this all, I think that is going to be, I'll just have a look. So just have a look whether, if I leave that as long as it is, so I'll just position, I'll not bother with my poles, I'll just position. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit too long, so I'm going to take a little bit off the top. So let's see, I'm just gonna, let's see, I have actually gone, I might be able to go to there. I think I'll try it there. So I'm taking 1/4 of an inch off that now. I think I can just, oh, I'm going to do it 1/16 less than 1/4. So put that in there. 1/16. I need to get this right because I might not have got that straight there. So I need to make sure there's 1/4 of an inch, 16th away, 16th. So I'm using my trimmer at both ends to see the 16th to make sure that I get it straight. Okay. hold that down, and there we go. I'll cut that off now. Okay, and I did actually have to go through the gold, so I must have actually just, I just want to come back in and cut that gold. So I must have put my gold wonky. Okay, warming that up, spin it a little bit. So I'm going to bring that back in now, and I'm going to glue this down on here first, making sure, yes, that fits perfectly now. So I'm going to glue the whole of this now. So I'm putting glue on here because I'm not quite sure. But actually, I'm wondering, I think I actually will. I'm going to bend this so it's bringing it round, and then I'm going to put my dimensionals, I've decided, on this. But I'm going to have to make sure that I put some right on the end. So can you see that? Right on the end, I'm going to put a couple of flat sides right at the end. That's going to hold it there. I'm going to do the same at the other side. I'm going to put it right against the edge, and that one right against the edge, and then I'll put some dotted down here. We'll see how this is going to work. Now I've got to be careful. Got to be careful now because, oh no, I haven't. No, I'm fine. I'm one step ahead of myself, I am. So I've got to the end of my dimensionals, so I'm going to start cutting in now to use all my dimensionals. And don't forget you can do this. So I'm putting plenty on to support it. And some more. So putting plenty on because I want it to come away. Right, so let's just take all the backs off now. You can see when they're shiny whether I've got them all or not. Let's see. Okay, and then just pop this down now, and I'm just going to make sure, let me just get that out of the way, just make sure that I have got the edges. Okay, and there. So I'm going to just bend that round again. I soften it round, and then I'm going to glue the edges again. So glue on these and glue on here, and then pop this right at the top, so that's going to be lining up there. So this is how it's looking so far. So we've got nice frilly decorative things like they have. Now before I put my poles in, I'm cut out with my dual oval punch. I've done this on DSP, and I'm just going to mount these on to with dimensionals too. So I've used it's something party, punch party, that's it, punch party. So I've used punch party, and there's this lovely here it is on there, stamp there, and also you've got this lovely happy birthday. So I've used that, and I've used You're a Treasure from the You're a Treasure came from is it You're a Treasure came from On the Ocean, so that's current. You're a Treasure. The Happy Birthday, that, as I say, came from Punch Party, and To an Amazing Grandson came from a grandkid. So just as I say, I've just done these in DSP, so I'm going to make sure that that sits in the middle, and then one on the end, Amazing Grandson. Okay, and that in, and just bring that in a little bit there. So we've got those going off there, because you often have sort of things like that on it. So I've got to decide on my placement of my my donkeys. So I'm just going to just have a wee look at those first. Yeah, I might go, yeah, I think I'll go something like that. So with it being a merry-go-round, you have some going up and some going down. So I'm going to either do it that way or that way. Might do it that way actually. So what I'm going to do now is stick these on. So I need to decide where I want to put Donkey, and I want him up there. So I'm going to stick him on with glue dots, I think. So although I've got some red liner tape, yeah, I think I'm going to stick him on with glue dots. Now, let's get some glue dots out. So where's my take your pick tool? I'm going to see where the glue dots go. I think we can have him. Oh, did we say we're going to have him down and up? He's going to be down there, I think. So I need glue dots about there on him. Okay, so I think what do I want his head? So there, about there. So I'm going to put little marks on there. Can you see me? I've just put little marks going down there, and that is where I want to put my glue dots. So I'm gonna get my glue dot, and I'm going to put it, whoops, on that. I'm going to stretch it if this is going to work. So look, yeah, so stretch my glue dot up and down. See if this will work. So let's do it from the bottom and pull it as a, stick it down and stretch it, which will make it narrower. So can you see what I've done? I've stretched my glue dots down, and then I'm going to position this roughly where I want it, and hopefully this wants to be down, I said, didn't I? So somewhere like that. So I'm going to go back now and see the glue dots are not showing at all. So they'll fit in there nicely. So that's going to fit under there. That's going to fit under there like that. And then we'll go for the next one. He's going to be high. So we need to, again, going to be about there. So I'm going to put a mark about there, roughly going down. So I've put those three, you can see, put 3 little marks. That's where I'm going to go for sticking my glue dot. So again, I'm going to get my glue dot and I'm going to stretch it. So I'm going to get it on, oops, stick it down and stretch it so it makes the glue dot thinner. Okay, and another glue dot. Again, I'm going to put it on that mark and stretch it. Okay, so again you can see that. And I'm roughly going to pop this in the middle. It should be in the middle, and it's somewhere there. So I've done it right. Maybe I can come a little bit higher. Oops. I've messed up my glue dot now. Okay, I'm gonna go for, let's see, roughly there. So pull that out, then adjust it on my glue dots, stick that down. Okay, so that's gonna go in the middle up there. That one's going to go down there. And then where's my other one gone now? Hiding. And then my other pole. So oops. So I want this pole sticking in first. And then we'll see where he wants to go down there. So about there we want to mark him. So just put in roughly marking down, and then going to get my glue dot again, put him on that and stretch it down. That's it, stretch it down, get another glue dot, stretch this down. Okay, I think that's okay. Make sure that they're in position, get it straight. Okay, and about there, putting him down roughly about there, and then I'll bring the back and we can see that I've got my zebra there. Okay, now we're going to again I'm going to get a glue dot on here, and I want to again stretch it so that it's not going over the top. So I'm going to get a glue dot, just going to pull it down like that so it's not going over. It's quite hard to see. I don't know whether you'll be able to see that I've just stretched it between that, but it's not hanging over the sides at all. And I'm going to do exactly the same at the bottom. So I'm going to get that glue dot, and I'll see if I can show you from here. So I'm putting it on and stretching it. Let's take it off again. Stretching it so it forms within there and not going over the edge. Then I'm going to just slide it in. Oops, don't catch your glue dot first. So I'm bringing it to down the bottom. So I'm trying to get it so my pole is about centre of this, and there. When I'm happy with my pole, I'm just going to push it down, and that should have picked up my glue dots. And then again, I'm going to do the same again. Let's get rid of some of this. Okay, and pick up my glue dot at the top. I'm going to put it on and stretch it down. Okay, and then at the bottom, I'm going to get it, turn it around, make it easier. I'm going to put it at the bottom and stretch it up. Okay, then we want to put him absolutely bang in the middle. So I'm going to pop him up, pop him down. I'm going to get him in the middle where I feel he's about right. Okay, get him straight. I'm going to push those down, and then I'm going to do the same with this one. So get some glue dots and stretch the glue dot down. So that's on there, and then get the glue dot at the bottom and turn that around and stretch it up. Okay, and then again I want to put him in, and I want to bring him so that he's roughly in the middle of To Amazing Grandson. So that's what I'm trying to work on there. And then when you feel he's straight, just commit. Okay, so there. So when you've got the merry-go-round, it will be like that. I am also going to put some ribbon on. So I've got soft sea foam. I'm going to tie a bow. So, start again. Oops. Come on. Down. Let's commit. Pull it down, make it a bit smaller, and then twist things in place. Now it's a bit too big for the Parisi. Let's have a look. And there. Might do something else with the zebras. So I'm going to cut my ribbon. So when I'm happy, I'm going to make it a bit smaller. That's it. That's it. Okay. I'm going to cut tail off. Tail off. Now do want him on there. I think I do actually want him on there. Do you think I like him on there? I might cut his tails a bit more. So let's get another glue dot. Put on the back of the ribbon. So put that on the back of the ribbon. Come on, off you come. And let's put a bow on him. And I'm just going to shorten his tails a bit more. That side. I think I will do that as well. There we go. So go for that. Get rid of that. Okay, now I'm personalising this. So I'm going to have a name up here. So I am liking that very much. I'm going to, just before I do that, hoping that that's all right underneath there, I've got these two pieces that were the same size as the front two, which were 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, and I'm just going to stick these on the back. And with an equal increment all the way round. Do this one as well. And I will actually cut out a label in white cardstock, basic white, to actually write on. Or you could write on that, but I will actually do that little bit ahead. Right, let's personalise. So where did I've just had it. What have I done with it? Why has it disappeared on me? Just this minute had it and moved. Oh, it's there on top. I bet you're all screaming at me that it's there. Right, now I've got our small block, and it's called Make a Difference. This is it's just got the letters, so I'm going to put them on one at a time. It might not be even this, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. So I'm going to just put, that's it, that's one. And then I want to you. Oh, they're so fiddly and little. But, it's a bit awkward with the I want to there. I'm going to try and do the letters up and down like a merry-go-round, going up and down. So I'll try and get this level with the L. No, not quite. And then the A can be set down a bit. That's set down a lot now. And an S. So that one's sitting higher up. Okay, so they're going all up and down like a merry-go-round. And what have we got in here? Have we got anything that's got this little leafy thing. Don't know whether I want that. What else have we got? I'm just looking for something to kind of go in that area. This might be all right. I'll see what it looks like. There we go. So put those out of the way. Cover this up. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on this as well. So I've got my minis. I'll just stick some minis on here. There we go. And I think don't want to cover too much of the gold up. Now I've decided I want it in the middle, but I'll have to cover some of the gold up. I think I'll go there. So there we go. I will have the picture at the front of the video, but that is my carousel of my donkeys. I've got some wink of Stella, so let's make our donkeys. Why do I keep calling them donkeys? They are not donkeys. They are zebras, zany zebra. So don't want to go over the actual ink, because wink of Stella has got, I believe, some probably alcohol in it that actually will start to smudge your ink to colour it, which I often do. But on this occasion I don't want, just want him to sparkle a bit, so when it catches the light. So I'm just going to do some so it will catch in odd places. I don't, as I say, don't want to go over the ink because it will smudge it, and I want my definite white to remain white. Let's have a look, see if I can see that catching the light. It's a bit, I think it's catching it more on the front. Yeah, you can see that a bit. Yeah, I can see that. Oh yeah, I can see it on all three of them now. Yeah, so hope you like that. Thank you very much for dropping by and watching my carousel making. So hope you stay well. See you soon. Bye for now. God bless.